Who's an octopus?
Jan, I can hear you on SPL. If you want to talk to me on SPL or you want to talk to me directly.
Danny? The toggle switch just won't stay on.
I think that's a feature.
Okay, I have to hold down the SPL button, I think. Danny,
Yeah.
now can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I can barely hear somebody.
Jan, I can hear you.
Yeah, the
Okay,
SPL
great.
team
What was
can
your
hear you.
question? Sorry.
It said if Jan or Caitlin or Gary, a lot of these bamboo corals that I'm seeing look like the ones that we've already collected, so I'm not collecting them, but if somebody sees something that looks different or interesting and wants me to collect it, let me know.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
So we're at 1849 meters and going very slowly up.
Am I really that far to the north? Can't be. That's better.
We have a fish down there.
Yeah, Argus is right up there with you, so.
Looks like it. Same headings, right?
So there's a fish for somebody who was asking. That's a Pacific flat nose, and we can take a look at that coral that's right next to it.
All right.
There's actually a
partial
couple.
zoom.
Not the fish, the coral.
Yeah, we're.
There we go.
That one looks pink, pinker,
Yeah.
as opposed to the white ones that
I
we've
don't
been
know. Everything
seeing.
looks kind of pink. That looks a little better.
Yeah.
There, that looks more white.
Yeah, now it's white. Yeah.
Okay, and then the one to the right of it, just past the sponge. So that's our sponge, the faria, and the mound morphology again. And then there's another bamboo coral that still looks kind of like the keratoisis that we've been seeing.
The less healthy version, maybe. Sorry. All right.
You might have to spin around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, my fault.
Spin halfway.
That looks good. Okay. Full wide.
This is so three-dimensional. And zooming in and out, it's like, whoa.
It's too much, Wayne. I can't.
Sorry about
get
that.
Out of the picture,
Sorry about that.
We're tight on the leash, so I'm bouncing a bit.
Oh, okay.
We can move on from here.
I got us 15 meters closer, but it could take Argus a little bit to actually give you a leash.
Yeah, roger.
Okay, coming wide.
We are also about 25 meters from stopping the ship.
Roger.
Let's look at what's along that edge there.
Baby octopus.
Oh, yeah. All those little white polyps. What is that?
let it spin around, Antonella. I'm fighting it.
Okay.
Sorry.
You want spin to
Whichever way you need to go.
less? I'll come down.
Okay, wait. You can zoom away. If I can help. Yes, please. Ah. Where are they?
I'm not sure what those are. Those are maybe some zoanthids.
The white ones?
Yes.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, zoom out a little, Wayne.
Coming wide.
Yeah, thanks.
Full
Let me
wide.
try and perch.
Full wide.
I'm pulling on Argus, so it's going to be a little ugly.
That little octopus.
I think I am, at least.
Yeah.
Okay, try it there, Wayne.
All right,
Or
let's
not.
see what we can get.
Come on, hold
Let's
it.
see what we can get. No. Yeah, there's a little octopus. I'll get him. Full wide.
Roger, I can't hold it, guys. I'm getting tugged.
No, it's okay.
Time to go.
It's
Sorry, I'm trying to come down as far as I can.
I know you're trying everything you can. Thank you.
So our
Can you
pilots
tether
and
out?
navigators are trying to be in sync with the ship and the Argus and Hercules. And it's complicated.
2 kilometers of cable, a moving ship, 2 moving ROVs. It's a dance.
It's a very clumsy dance.
Yeah, we're not being very elegant here on our first shift. So.
Fascinated by these rocks and this layer. Just seems to be a layer.
Okay, moving south as fast as I can.
It is really interesting, and we've been seeing that for a little while now, so it seems to be kind of a large expanse of that layer.
She stopped, does she? So I can catch up and then get ahead again?
Ship is where we want it to be, so
Okay.
just waiting for you guys.
Well, and they seem to have the surface where animals attach. We see more stuff on that.
Yeah.
Those little concretions sticking out.
I think these stalks we're seeing are some dead bamboo corals, potentially.
Quick zoom there, wait.
all right. Quick zoom.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's look at that one that's dead. I don't see any nodes on it. Okay, and then the one next door, which was healthier.
Yeah,
Zoom out of it.
and less light.
Oh, actually, it doesn't look too hot either, does it?
No.
Missing some polyps.
Yeah. The focus looks okay. Okay, coming wide.
Roger it.
Full wide.
Thank you. Still getting the tug.
Someone tuning in was curious about what other sensors we have on Herc and if we could get a current dissolved oxygen reading.
So I don't know if somebody from the ship wants to talk about all the sensors on Herc. I'm not sure what they are, but I do know what the scientists have access to is temperature and salinity and oxygen, and we are currently seeing oxygen saturation percentage at about 10%. Let's hold here and look at that sponge.
Okay. All right, pushing in.
That's good.
All right, stopping.
Yeah, we're porpoising because we're tight, I believe.
Yeah. We're right on top of it.
I can try and nudge against the cliff.
That must be a very good spot. There's like crinoids, sponge, coral, some star.
I can't quite hold it, sorry.
It's just
Let me turn up
there's
the
all this space around
turn
it.
up the jam here a little.
Full wide.
You want me to come back to you?
No. I believe we call this tow mode.
Tow mode.
Pulling the dog.
Yeah, Hercules is pulling Argus. Argus is pulling 2 clicks of cable. Okay, Wayne, try for a quick one there.
Okay.
That's good.
Let's get some good shots and then we can move on.
That was it.
Up. Crane up. There we go.
That's good till the ship takes a heave.
All right. There we go. Okay,
Yeah.
coming wide.
I need to come south a bit, guys. I can't quite hold it steady there.
Is it a snailfish?
Looks like a snailfish, yeah.
So for folks tuning in, we're in Box Canyon in the Cordell Bank National Marine Sanctuary at about 1,846 meters depth. We started about 2,000?
About 2,000, yeah.
So we've been slowly moving our way up. Had a couple points to target with guys' help, finding some rocky outcrops. And we're just trying to find those and see what we can. These are areas that are most likely to have corals and sponges on them. Seem to be a little light on those right now, but
Have to turn back around.
I had our on
it's
bottom
coming back.
depth at 2,173 meters when we started on this dive.
cool.
That rock says, pick me up. The geologist says, no way, it's come from hundreds of meters away.
The geologist is out of the room, so the biologist says, move along.
Just so sitting there.
You snooze, you lose.
Wants to go in the biopod.
But as you can hear, there's lots of different scientists on the EV Nautilus. We have a exploration corps of 31 scientists that make this all happen, and 17 crew that are helping with actually navigating the vessel, everything from cooking and keeping the ship in top ship shape.
Can you try it now? Are you trying?
I'm trying. I'm still getting tugged around.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that for real now?
Ah,
It's
close.
impossible.
It's like a video game playing out. These three are playing together.
My tether's not that long. That must be for real.
I always tell kids that if you play video games, you could be an ROV pilot.
Yeah, ROV pilots, how did you get to where you are now? What are some experiences you had work-wise, school-wise that helped you become a pilot?
I took a horrible wrong turn somewhere. I'm not sure how I wound up here.
Well, let's take a look at that red coral there. Are we able to
Yeah, I think so.
get in there?
It might be kind of not pretty, but I'll try.
All right.
I'm
We're,
just
Okay,
gonna
this
stay
is
behind you.
something different. This
we're
is
really close. So,
a Swiftia
That's good, Wayne.
species.
Good, good.
all right. And hold on. Push it in. And yeah, that's it.
Zoom back out a bit.
Okay,
Wayne.
coming wide.
Possibly Swiftia pacifica.
Coming wide.
That's good.
Good view of a stock tunicate right there. To the right of that coral.
Let me take a look at our collection list here, because I think this could be something we might be interested in. Okay, are we in a position where we could take a collection?
I can try.
Coming wide.
I'm not going to be
Roger.
able to come around.
What's that?
I'm not going to be able to come around. I can stay
Full
where I
wide.
am for the collection.
Can you move? Can you move Argus 10 meters closer? 10 meters closer to the wall of death there for me. It's an old one. We'll move the ship a bit, Danny, to give us some slack so I can perch here on the cliff.
Roger. Is Gary in the lounge?
Yeah, I'd love to hear more about this coral.
Hi, Danny. I think that is a Swiftia. I'm not sure if Meredith is. I think she's interested in a lot of Swiftias, so you might as well collect it.
Okay, it's on our list, and looks to me like Swiftia, possibly Pacifica, but it looks like there's some question about that, so we can go ahead and get a sample.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'm slowly coming around. It's just taking a little while. Here we go. Yeah.
Danny, we're just gonna come away so we can, we're moving the ship closer and we'll get Argus spun around, and once we can see ourselves, we'll go land there.
Yeah, it's moving now.
Maybe I should clean off while we're waiting.
So it sounds like we're waiting for our ROVs to get into position, and someone was asking some of the benefits of manned versus unmanned crafts. So our 2 ROVs are able to go to great depths and able to work a lot longer than if, you know, there was a human needing to do human things inside them. So just this dive alone is estimated to be 20 hours of work. But they still have appendages, arms that we're going to use, for instance, to collect this coral. And these joints on the arm work very similar to a human wrist and hand, and can grab really fine and small specimens when needed, and also do it pretty gently.
I'm taking the opportunity while we're waiting to try and clean some of the mud off the porch there. It's the visibility disruptor.
Argus is spinning again. I just got a tug.
But this ROV technology is helping us to cover more area and hopefully explore more parts of our seafloor.
Oh, there we are.
We have a scientist ashore chiming in that the tan gray rock ledges that we've been seeing bear a resemblance to the carbonate mudstone found on the east coast submarine canyons.
Still can't come around?
It got yanked away and now it's coming back.
Someone tuning in was curious about the colors that we're seeing. Why do corals have reddish, purplish hues at this
Here
depth?
we are.
Well, the color red is the first color to attenuate in the ocean, and so these red organisms are more well camouflaged in the deep ocean and the dark ocean.
Was it to my left?
Yeah, you were kind of sitting right in there.
Yeah, roger.
Just do it. FYI. Yeah.
So this looks like one of our primnoid corals.
Is that the one we looked at before,
Parastanella.
is he?
I hope not, because that was a while ago.
This one has far more brittle stars, I think, too.
That crinoid's right on top.
Yeah.
I don't remember that from before.
Well, I just fed him.
Okay, ship has moved 40 meters closer.
Okay. We've only moved like 3 meters closer on Argus to.
He'll be there.
Still waiting for Argus to swing in. The ship has moved.
Okay.
So we should be able to, in theory, find the red coral again.
I thought the rocket was on resembled the halibut with those little 2 eyes on top.
That one.
That's got to be here, but up or down. Judging by all the dust up here, it's up.
There's halibut rock. There he is.
There he is.
Halibut rock.
You can thank our navigator for that. Without that, I would have never found it again.
Okay.
To answer the earlier question, how you become an ROV pilot, in my case, I had the luck to work for a manufacturer for several years, and then I became a service technician, and then found out how much fun they were to operate, and did everything I could to spend as much time as I could. And here I am.
Very neat.
But I think everybody else, including Antonell, is had an internship aboard Nautilus and then moved from Argus to Herc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started as an intern last year, and this is my 2nd season back.
Neat. Just nice to hear that there's different pathways to getting to a position like being an ROV pilot.
Today for the science, most of the ROV pilots, science pilots I know have an engineering background. So they started as an engineer and started designing and maintaining and then started operating. And now they do all 3. Okay, I think we're perched. Too close, sorry. I'm just gonna back off and try again.
You got the rock on your porch.
Yeah, kind of wedged under it there. You guys usually don't get to see that part, but that's what an ROV landing can look like on the side of a cliff.
Great, we'd like to get some photos here with lasers on, lasers off, and a little zoom.
You can zoom away, Wayne. We are stable as it gets.
There's some eggs on there.
Can you show me the manip and the bubble can?
Yep.
Those are cool.
There you are.
So this is a good example. We often talk about corals being nursery habitat, but there's a kind of a differential in the amount of evidence for that. So this is a really direct example of corals serving as habitat.
This is so cool.
I'm getting
Got
lots of
this.
photos
Yeah.
of this one.
Is that like
Put
an
in a
amphipod or
password,
something crawling
There's an
along?
amphipod there. Yeah, is it possible to pan down, tilt down?
Yeah.
Looking for the wrist drift.
I'll just rack back a little.
There we go.
It's like a magic eye. The longer you look, like it comes
Remember
into
having it
better
for this
view.
thing?
All the
I think it's
different pieces.
there used to be a
wow.
little note.
Beautiful. What's that white thing on the edge there on the right? Is that some sort of
That looks like an amphipod.
amphipod too?
Wrist mode?
What's that?
And then I see like
that
a
changes
yellowy
it from,
one.
Yeah, I think that's also an
Slates
amphipod.
to-
So we've seen 3 amphipod species on this one coral. Brittle stars, some type of
Is
eggs.
it slave wrist?
It's not that one.
Gain.
No, it's not the game.
Can you pan to the left just a little?
Copy.
Oh,
And then for this collection,
that's good.
we do not need the whole specimen
wow.
portion of it. Would be great.
Okay. Just playing with this.
Do we have any guess what type of eggs those are?
They're big.
Let me
It
see
could
if I
be
can
fish eggs.
Find Greg on the ship.
I suppose we'll get them.
Yeah. Odds are.
So what's the password? This one?
This one will be
So I
really
guess-
interesting in the lab to
I didn't think it was that long of a
preserve all
password.
these
Maybe one of them.
associates.
Lots of associates on this one.
Associates on associates.
There it is. Got it.
Lots to learn.
Mhm.
It's like a little forest right here.
Jenny, can you tell us a little bit more about associates and what you mean by that?
Well, I believe associates are animals that live amongst another animal. So brittle stars are living amongst this coral, taking advantage of the height off the seafloor to catch food.
Are we ready to sample?
Not quite yet. I need to play with the manip here.
Okay.
Stand by for technical.
The coral also
Improvements.
provides structure for the amphipods to hide on, to crawl on, to stick to also get food.
No, it won't
So
let
it's
me go
basically a
in and out of-
symbiotic relationship where these animals, what we're
Don't
calling
think you can
associates,
see
basically have a
on
place
that
to hang
video
out and
when
hold
you
on to.
Cool.
That's one of the important things of why we're looking at these communities is that, you know, you might see a coral, but then look within the coral and look how many more species are here. It's valuable habitat. Ooh. For a lot of different animals.
Are you guys tired of looking at that beautiful red coral yet?
Not tired, but we're ready to take a sample.
Oh, okay.
Everyone,
Wayne, can you zoom out a bit for me?
Yes, sure can.
And while we're thinking about the sample, can we think about where it's going to go?
Yes, so we have 2 big boxes left that could fit that coral, either forward box B or starboard box F.
So we don't need a big sample of this. We don't need to take the whole thing. Maybe some of those top branches near where the lasers are would be fine.
Okay.
And we could place that in a smaller box.
Yes.
And starboard B, perhaps?
You want to zoom in there, Wayne?
I can, as you need.
That's good.
Oh, as you need.
Oh, perfect.
people tuning in are equally as stunned by how pretty this coral is.
So, do you guys want, I can try and just get some or just snip the whole top. It's up to you. I could come at an angle maybe and just get like that. Will that
yeah,
be enough?
that should work.
Right. Okay.
You taking bets on if it's floaty or sinking?
Trying to decide if it's big enough to get. That might be better. Is that too much there?
That's good.
Okay, going for it.
What box is this going in?
We could put it in starboard box B.
Didn't quite cut.
You got some outside the cutters.
I do.
Got it.
That's great.
Is that enough?
I think so.
Half of a, what is he? Oh, brittle star, thank you.
Some brittle star appendages.
Sorry, brittle star. Okay.
Okay, coming wide.
Roger.
Full wide.
Ready for the
let me get around there first. Yeah, you can bring it out if you want.
We should probably also isolate the starboard vertical when we get over there.
Yeah, good idea. See if I can remember how to do that.
I got your back.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go for it. Can zoom back in if you want, Wayne, while we're putting this thing away. Post sample.
Did they remove it?
2 sets of of those eggs. One down there and there's one up above.
Are you all the way out on that box?
I'm not coming out. No, it's all the way out.
Let's see, there's a sample in A, correct?
Yes.
So we want to go for B?
Yeah, we're going for B.
Roger, B it is.
Antonella, and relay isolation.
Uh-huh.
And then in thrusters,
Thrusters.
you see SV command.
SV?
Yeah, starboard vertical.
Ah, turn off?
When the time comes.
Okay.
Which
I'm just going to put that on the big screen. Oh, that's kind of helpful.
Here, I got you.
You ready? So what we're doing here is we're getting ready to disable a thruster because it might float. So we'll disable our starboard thruster, which could cause us to float. And then open and, yeah, go for it.
Okay. Thruster secure.
Thank you.
I noticed another cluster of those eggs towards the top. But
Yeah, I saw that too. It's cool. I wonder if we'll get any in our
Come
sample.
off me. Come off. Sinker.
Oh,
Yay.
Clear. Sample tray in.
So we keep those isolated so
Close
that
to
we
go.
can study who lives with who
okay,
later.
coming wide.
Sample in B.
Sample in B.
And that was sample number 009.
Okay, I'm going to
We
re-enable that
will-
thruster.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will say goodbye
no
to
idea
Halibut
how to
Rock.
Re-enabled.
Great, we don't need to do a Niskin here, so we can move along. We're still headed towards 2D.
2D. Thank you, both of you. Makes me look like a rock star. I'm a 0.
That coral still looks relatively intact.
Yeah.
Sure you don't want the rock that he was on?
I'm sure I don't want that rock.
Kind of do.
Looks
just for
so
fun.
cool in your garden.
All right, we're going 225 for
225.
9.5 meters.
It's a very convenient sampling hook for landing. Leave it there for next time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good work, team.
225.
Yeah, I'd almost recommend just blue water out, jump.
Yeah.
It's steep. To you, maybe, if you want to back down.
Sure. Let's blue water. Danny, are you happy with that?
Well, we want to be looking at the wall.
Okay.
Is that not possible?
Of course it's possible.
Not ideal.
I still have a little mud on me, so it might be not the most beautiful video as we come down. The other option is to turn and burn through the blue water.
I like this view.
You happy with this?
Yep.
I can zig and zag on the way down. It'll reduce the. What is that on the front porch?
Oh, crinoid.
We have a stowaway.
Stowaway.
Go fly away.
Free sample.
A crinoid hopped aboard the ROV.
Getting all sorts of ideas for good kids' books. Speaking of which, my kid could be tuning in. I hope he's going to bed soon. Owen?
So speaking of new additions to Hercules, Hercules was first launched in 2003, but how do we keep Hercules up to date and, you know, able to meet the demands of new exploration and new sampling?
Mr. Bob Waters gives it a lot of love during the winter. It goes into the shop and gets rebuilds and upgrades and maintenance.
But it's also sort of like the space program in that older tried and true technology is tried and true.
That it is.
So our audience had questions about the brittle stars that were partially sampled while taking a piece of that coral. What impact does that have on the brittle stars, and how could brittle stars recover if part of their appendages were sampled accidentally?
So a lot of sea stars and echinoderms can grow their appendages back. I don't really know exactly about brittle stars and how they do that, but I do know that sea stars can't do that.
You're moving away all the time, are you?
I think they need to have a
I'm gonna
piece.
hold it here until we
There's a
pull that
medraporite.
tether
No,
back
the
a little.
medraporite is for water regulation, right? How am I sounding? Am I sounding any better?
Yeah, your volume is a lot better.
Is that better? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just swallow the microphone.
You pretty much have to.
Oh, there's an oral disc in the middle. I forgot the name of it. I'm sure there's an echinoderm expert out there that could finish this answer, but I believe they have to have a portion of this disc intact in order to regenerate.
Sure, you're
I don't know
looking
how long
straight
it
down,
takes,
aren't
though.
I am, yeah.
Not liking.
Hmm?
I guess we're all right.
It's a good question.
Happy to keep coming down.
D should be at about 1,900 meters.
Roger. What's that? 30. I think it's 30. Maybe it's 50 meter. Well, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm getting the Yankee. Standing by.
And thanks to all that are tuning in. It's really great and fun to see people all around the world listening to EV Nautilus's expeditions. We have people from China, Germany,
Yeah,
Italy, South
I should pay
Africa,
attention to that.
New Zealand,
should
Australia,
maintain an
Canada,
even
the UK,
delta as we
and the
come down,
US.
so
Hi
we don't
everyone, thanks for joining us.
Tangle that tether, because I'm right under you.
We're still in Box Canyon, and we're
Yeah, tighter than looser.
in
Perfect.
currently
thank you.
Cordell Bank Marine Sanctuary. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for joining us from around the world. Thanks for joining our dive in Cordell Bank National Marine Sanctuary.
This is the first dive of the expedition. So far, it's been going well. I should mention that the Ocean Exploration Trust and the Nautilus currently have the recruitment open for other science communication fellows to apply for next season. Carrie, do you want to tell us about your application process for applying to be part of this team?
Sure. So you submit a application and an essay and go through an interview process. If picked, you go through a few days of training in Rhode Island at the University of Rhode Island and get to learn about all the expeditions, science communication techniques that you'll be using when on board the EV Nautilus and that are really practical in your everyday work as well. Also, just get to network with other environmental educators, other STEM specialists, and learn directly from the scientists about each expedition. After that, you tune in and support your fellow science communication fellows and you learn from listening to them. And you then get to partake on one of the cruises. And I'm super excited to be in the marine sanctuaries of Cordell Bank in the Greater Fairlands.
That's awesome. Thank you. So people can go to the website to get the application materials. oceanexplorationtrust.org.
Unstopped, yeah.
Yeah,
we
also
got about
on
15 meters left.
oceanexplorationtrust.org, you can find so many great resources to use in environmental education and in classroom settings, correlated to curriculum standards and helping to make deep ocean science relevant to a variety of subjects. So I highly recommend checking those resources out as well.
Can I look at that sponge in the view there?
Yeah, copy that. I think we
Did we bottom out?
kind of did, yeah. Oh, look, I can land without burying the ROV in the mud. Hard bottom, so nice. Not very good for push course, but great for landing.
EV Nautilus streams our expeditions because it's a great way to share ocean science, deep ocean science, oceanography with the general public, to highlight that there's still so much to learn about our waters and about deep oceans.
Does this look like a species we'd want, Danny?
I'm looking at our list here to see if this could be one, and this, I'm not, I think no, it's not on the list, so I'm going to pass on this one.
Yeah, it's way too easy of a landing for a sample tip.
Okay,
No
so
challenge whatsoever.
so where, let's take a, what's the landscape around us? Are we kind of at a,
It's hard to say.
oh, that's
Let me
helpful, okay.
Look around a little bit. Maybe we just hit a shelf there, it looks like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me too. If you went southeast, you'd get to another drop off, or we can just start heading towards 2E now.
Southeast.
Can we take a look at that bamboo coral that is in the bottom center of the screen? It's kind of got two, just the two branches there.
Yeah, can do.
Okay.
It's an interesting hue.
Let me, okay, for a push-in, Dan? Or you want to stabilize first?
Trying to stabilize. There you go.
Okay, go.
As soon as I say that.
Yeah, hold on. Okay. Let's see what I can do with that. Okay. Alright. Let's get a little less light, a little more focus. A little more.
Gary, any thoughts on that?
Can you tell from this?
Stand by, he's looking.
We do want to look for some stock bamboo that's branched, but I'm not sure if this, the ones we were looking for were kind of more spindly, thinner looking with the branching more towards the tip.
It seems like the same thing, but it's hard to tell.
Okay, let's pass on it then, because it doesn't quite match with my search image for what we're looking for.
Okay, coming wide.
Moving on.
Does it seem like there's like a lime green color there, or is that just the lights on the rock?
It does look kind of green. I'm not sure if that's just the lighting or not.
Hold on 1 second.
You just made it real green.
There.
No,
that looks less green.
Yeah, it's just the lighting.
Yep.
We should try cycling the cathexts. Seems like they're not all there.
So we are very close to 2D now, right?
Yeah.
So,
yes.
okay. But this is pretty interesting habitat.
Is that a Yankee?
No,
Come down a bit.
it's just swell.
Looked like there might have been a big sponge
down
knocked
on the
over, or
dump
is
a
that
bit.
just a big rock at the bottom of the screen there? Like a big white rock.
I think it's a rock, but
Okay.
I'll come down and have a look.
If you head south, there's another steep drop off. If Danny wants to see deeper cliff, she can go that way, or else you can turn and go up to 2E. Those are your two options, in my opinion.
I vote rock. But
Well, it's rock. It's going to be rock both directions. It's just a question of Danny wants to go deeper before she goes up, or if she wants to just start going up.
no, there was a question whether that white thing in front of us where the lasers are was rock or sponge.
Definitely rock.
I vote rock.
Okay, so our depth now is, we're at 1900. Let me look at HYPACK on my screen. I think we should head up to 2E.
2E's up here.
Can I get a zoomed out view to see what comes after 2E? There we
we're
go.
as wide as we can be.
Okay. Oh, I meant on HYPACK.
Oh, sorry.
So and then I've got that view from nav. Thank you. Okay. It looks like if we get up to 2E to 2F could be a really nice run for the next watch.
Yeah, that looks like it'll be real steep.
So I'm ready to do that, to head upslope to 2E.
Copy, copy. That's generally northeast, is it?
Yeah, I'm going to move along 040.
040, copy. Sorry. Let me pull on you again.
No, it's just me.
And
maybe.
for new viewers, you're watching cameras off of our ROV Hercules, and it's tethered to ROV Argus, which is then tethered to the exploration vessel Nautilus. These two robots can go quite deep. Hercules can go as deep as 4,000 meters.
Still have mud.
Argus, if untethered from Hercules, can go even deeper, 6,000 meters. And right now we're around 1,900 meters.
Sorry guys, just looking around there. I need to come more north, eh? Yeah, north and up.
Where you are now, you want a 033.
Roger.
Some of our viewers are curious about the lasers and what role do they play in navigating Hercules.
The green lasers are 10 centimeters apart, and that gives the scientists some scale of what we're looking at. And for me, it helps as a reference to which way they'd like to go.
Can we look at that little black coral that's on the bottom of the screen now?
Below the lasers?
Yes.
Roger.
Okay.
Go for zoom there.
Zooming in.
Did you get pulled up, Antonella?
I am, yeah.
How'd that happen? That's good, Wayne. Thanks.
All right. Holding.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Obtaining focus.
Sorry, guys. I'm getting the tug for some reason. I'm not sure why.